Peace be with you. So this video is about reminding people what God said and teaching people how to implement Islam or submission to God in their own lives. In chapter or Surah 87 in Ayah or verse 9, starting at Ayah or verse 9, God says, "Therefore do remind, for reminder does benefit. He who fears shall mind it, and the most unfortunate shall avoid it, who will be thrown into the great fire wherein he will neither live nor die. Successful will be the one who purifies himself and glorifies the name of his Lord and praise." So God tells us that we should remind each other, and this commandment is repeated like 10 times in various places in the Quran. Reminding people what God said is not judging. It does not come from a place of hate, it comes from a place of love. If you know that there is a cliff ahead and people are driving, no matter if you like them or not, it is a moral thing to do to warn them that they are about to drive off of a cliff. It is just the right thing to do. So when when we remind each other what God said, it's love, it's not hate. Just tell people, that they are about to drive off of a cliff, and then let them make their own decision. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. And that is an unfortunate thing, because none of us like to be told that we're wrong. And in the Quran, we're told what to expect if we take that approach. There is not one person that was reminding people of the commandments of God in the Quran that wasn't hated. All of them were universally hated, but they did what they were supposed to do. They tried to warn their people about what God said, and they did their best, and the rest is up to God. So that's the first thing. It is the duty of every person who knows even a little bit of the Quran to tell others what they know, and to try to explain to them why it is a good thing to do. And everything that is in the Quran is a good thing to do. The second thing I wanted to talk about is experience. Nothing teaches like experience. Therefore, if you want to teach somebody how to implement some of this in their own lives, and you lived it yourself and you were able to do it, then you are the best teacher. You are the expert if you did that. So let's say you were an addict. There is no imam on this planet that can teach better how to get out of the hell of addiction than a former addict. A former addict is an expert. We can only truly understand a problem if we've lived it. So, for example, take pain, for example. If you have never experienced pain, there is no one that can describe to you how it feels. I mean, people can try to describe to you, but you will never understand pain until you feel it. And that's how it is with everything in life. I've made so many mistakes in my life to where I've judged people about how they're doing things, only to find myself in their place 10, 20 years later and realize, oh wow, there was a reason for this, and I'm having the same problems they have, and I'm doing it the same way they did. Even though I still think it's wrong, there was a reason why they were doing it this way. And then trying to find a way around it, trying to find a way to fix what I'm doing wrong. And sometimes that can take years. So if you've had anger problems, if you had issues with dealing with your family how God commanded, if you've had violence problems, if you had drug problems, if you had any kind of a problem and you've learned how to overcome it, that makes you an expert, and that is why you should be the one that is trying to teach people about it. Everybody has a role to play, and this is especially important when it comes to knowledge and experience. So it's everybody's duty to remind, and it is the duty of those who have experienced things in their lives and were able to overcome them, especially their duty to teach the rest of us about the dangers and the pitfalls of navigating those situations and how to overcome them. So no one should feel that they are somehow underqualified or that they have no place in teaching others about Islam, because life is so complicated, and these things are so hard to implement, that if you've lived them, then you are the expert. If you've lived them and you've overcome them, then you should help the rest of us do the same. Because everybody is struggling with a different problem. Some people find it easy to do certain things while they find it extremely difficult to do others. So not everyone will have the same expertise because they haven't had the same struggles. So we really have to understand that, and everyone should have the confidence that it is also their duty to teach, because it is. So that's it. God told us to remind each other, and then we should help each other by teaching each other about pitfalls and strategies on how to overcome certain moral deficiencies and the pitfalls that the devil has put in front of us. And if we help each other, far more of us are going to be successful, and that strengthens the community, and that makes it easier for everyone to stay on the right path and not get lost by themselves, because it is very, very easy to get lost if you're by yourself. No one is the smartest. No one has all the answers. And that is why everyone should participate. That's it.